Still very early in this investigation, but we are now getting information from police. Again, the number that we have at this moment, and could change at any point, is 10 dead right now, and then 10 wounded on top of that additionally. Those conditions range anywhere from stable to critical condition as those people were transported from the scene to area hospitals. The horrific shooting taking place shortly after about 10:20 Saturday evening. Police still searching for a suspect, a male shooter believed to be in the area, fled the scene after the shooting. Police, of course, asking for anybody with any information to contact them. Police also telling people in this area to remain vigilant. They do have a shooter that is at large at this point. This would have taken place after what is one of the largest Lunar New Year celebrations in Southern California, if not the country. Tens of thousands of people coming together for a 2-day celebration. The day 2 of that has now been canceled, would have been on Sunday due to the shooting. Police, of course, continuing to investigate. They believe there may even be a second scene that is part of the investigation as well. But again, motive as far as this being indiscriminate, or a hate crime, all of that is further down the line as police need to do their detective work and to find the shooter as soon as possible. We expect more briefings. As soon as we know more, we'll let you know. Back to you.
When officers arrived on scene, they observed numerous individuals, patrons of the location, pouring out of the location, screaming. The officers made entry to the location and located additional victims. The Monterey Park Fire Department responded to the scene and treated the injured and pronounced 10 of the victims deceased at the scene. There were at least 10 additional victims that were transported to numerous local hospitals and are listed in various conditions from stable to critical. The suspect fled the scene and remains outstanding.
What are law enforcement agents looking for at this point?
Well, they got to arrive really, and it's chaos for them. First patrol officers, first deputies on the scene. It's wild. They have to attend to the wounded, of course, and there's a number of wounded in this case. 9 dead, as Steve reported. So they have a massive scene. They've got to take that chaos, get it organized, and catch the killer. The critical point, as Steve reported, and we don't know the facts, whether the killer is in custody or he is at large. But if he remains at large, it's a very tense situation then in Monterey Park, because you got a man who's committed a mass killing, and he's still armed, with a rifle, from what witnesses have reported on the news. So it's very, very dangerous situation. You have to listen to the police if you're in that area. Secondly, they're going to be sweeping for any explosive devices, any Confederates. There's so much for them to do in these early moments and hours to try to stop the killing. The goal is for the commanders is to make sure there's no more killing, and that's the first thing they're trying to do.
And we don't know, Jim, right now whether police have found the shooter. They have not made that clear. The last information we had is that they were searching for a male suspect here. We don't know if in the intervening hours that they have caught this man. We will know in a couple of minutes, we hope, from a briefing with police. As I said, Jim, this is a majority Asian American population, 65% in Monterey Park, a Lunar New Year celebration. How does all that figure into the investigation here?
Well, it figures in very heavily, because targeting is always indicative of motive. It's something we've always looked at hard when certain populations are targeted, or certain people are targeted. It leads you back to the mind of the killer. When you have a large minority group in a very public event, that becomes a major league category. Major lead category of, is this a hate crime? So it doesn't mean it is a hate crime, because you have to get inside the motive of the killer's mind. But when you have an event that targets minorities, in this case Asians, and it's a very public event, everyone knows that this is a large Asian celebration, the Lunar New Year, and there's a large population there. It certainly rises to be, one of the number one considerations on motive, and that really can sometimes help lead you to who might be responsible. So it is critical for investigators to, think about motive, realize what the target is, follow some leads that may come in about that. But it's too early to tell because some of these mass shooters, they just target a crowd. They just want to go where everybody is. They pick the store, Walmart. They pick a church. They pick a gathering. They pick a festival. So it's too hard to tell. But of course, as you know, the Asian community has been targeted just way too much in America with hate and assaults and violence for years. So it certainly stands out as a strong possibility.
As you say, it calls to mind these gatherings like the one in Highland Park on the 4th of July in Illinois, the shooting there. Jim Kavanaugh, we'll be back to you as we get more information. Again, the news this morning, at least 9 people were killed at a Lunar New Year festival in Monterey Park, California overnight. That's just outside of Los Angeles. We will have much more for you as we get details this morning on Sunday today and throughout the day on NBCNews.com, MSNBC, and NBC Nightly News. This has been an NBC News special report.